Join us for a review of the all-electric Mazda MX-30. Let's go! In the front you can see the new Mazda MX-30 does not have a specific EV look, rather looks normal, a little bit CX-30, Mazda 3, something in between. And they also have this three-dimensional shape where the hood laps over just a little bit. Starts with LED from standard, optional matrix LED, which you can also see right here. And in general, the scheme of this car is that most of the stuff already comes with standard equipment. I think that's quite a good move. In the lower part, you got this crossover style look, although the car itself is actually not too high. 4.39 meters, 14 foot 4 or 173 inches is the length of the MX-30. That's the same length just as the CX-30, this new compact combustion engine SUV. So compact sizes and suitable for city driving, and that's also the thought behind it. They want to have it, maybe as a secondary vehicle or as a primary vehicle when you're not going on very long hauls every day or something. Zoom out to the range figures and so on. You can see here again the red car. We got contrasting side mirrors in black. The frames here are just plain black actually, and again this crossover cladding all over the vehicle. These are 18-inch wheels, you can see also in black, so again a modern styling. In the rear you can see a typical hatch style, and the big cladding here again in the lower part, but that's also protecting against scratches to the paint, definitely, but a little bit bulky maybe, or what's your take? Well, and then they see here modern light signature as well. So the battery is 35.5 kilowatt hours gross, and you can here have AC and DC charging. so DC charging will be up to 50 kilowatts and AC up to 6.6 kilowatt only. Yeah, that could have been made a little bit stronger, I think. But overall, charging time will be okay, definitely, when you, for example, just leave it overnight or something. So, and they decided actually not to go for the biggest battery, that they can still offer it at a decent price. So pricing actually, even if you have most of the equipment inside, will be around 30,000 euros. Entry version with some benefits, maybe a little bit below, and later with more trim, a little bit more than that. In Germany actually there's a governmental benefit which makes it even less expensive, so this is actually a quite good price performance. Then again, the battery is not too huge, but we'll also see later on about the range. The official figure is actually about 260 kilometers, but more realistic is about 210 kilometers, and that would be about 125 miles if you consider like an average consumption of about 15 kilowatt hours on 100 kilometers. Yeah. 145 horsepower, acceleration figure 9.7 seconds to 100 kilometers or 62 miles an hour. So that's definitely more than powerful enough. And it's front wheel drive only. But again, for this car, it's also probably then also the right decision overall. the car key. Yeah, pretty simple, but very light, but not the biggest fan of that, whatever. So now door closing sound. Also not the best door closing sound, but now what's to come? That's really cool. First of all, inside of the door. This is one of two stylings. This is a bright styling and it's called Modern Confidence. We'll soon show you also the other styling. Here, first of all, special is top part. This is kind of fabric or felt material and feels really nice and is 100% recycled. So, and then here, this is actually hardback, but has also the stitching effect. Then you have a bright leather red, so this is animal free and it's super soft and it feels high class and premium. Already inside of the doors you can see this is a cork material and this is actually from cork residues, so it is also in a sustainable way produced or resourced and comes from Mazda. 100 years ago was a cork manufacturer or producer of cork products. Very interesting. So they actually use a citation from the past in this case. And then also all sustainable materials on the seats. Again, these are also animal free and have the bright styling. Grey fabric on the inside, some accentuations in the middle part. Looks like a Scandinavian high-class furniture design. And on the outside, again, the leather red. And it's a very special one. We have seen some leather reds in the past which maybe looked or felt cheap, but this one again, a very soft material. And so like a while ago you could see, oh, when it's like animal leather, then you can put it in and then it like takes a while to go back. But this one here, very soft also when you touch it. So really good job. And also again, even this has a recycling share. Now getting inside. So in the front, you have a feeling of a compact vehicle. It's actually very cozy on these seats, so the fabric do a good job. They also keep you cool in summer and warm in winter. There's no side support here as well. Seat is all the way down like this, and then with 1.86 or 6'1", there's plenty of headroom left still. So for being a little bit cozy here, I would put the seat a little bit more upright like this, and then you have a nice seating position here also, and reminds us rather, again, something between Mazda 3 and Mazda MX, between Mazda 3 and Mazda CX-30 here in the Mazda MX-30. By the way, MX-30, because as also in the MX-5, of course, and you think, wait a minute, it's just a sports car. MX is for their special projects. That is the logic behind the naming, because the MX-5 was a special project and it worked out well. This is now also a special project. So you're up and down with the steering wheel, in and out. So it's a good manual process. You also have shifting pedals at the steering wheel. These will be used to determine the recuperation. Soon, of course, more to that when we drive the vehicle. Interior overview. Again, the steering wheel known from Mazda 3 or CX-30. Left side. Volume control with nice clicking sounds actually, or picking up the phone. Right side for the adaptive cruise control, which is standard equipment. Autonomous emergency brake with cross traffic alert, standard equipment. Head-up display, we're soon going to show you, standard equipment. Blind spot monitor, standard equipment. Double thumbs up. Then cockpit atmosphere here, horizontal is stressed. 8.8-inch screen on the top part, no touch, controlling with the lower knob right here. They argue for safety reasons. That's what they said with the early models. This is the main menu then, and it's really simple. So I like touchscreens because they're simple, but in this case, I think it's actually quite okay because it's a basic menu and you can easily learn it. So with a hotkey or like this, you get to the GPS, which is a nice water animation there, for example, at River Rhine here in Germany, and zoom in and out also with the pressing and turning key. Then there's always also a hotkey to the Apple CarPlay, just here like this, and you just go to the right actually in the main menu. So you go back to the master menu like here, and I just put the control lever and the middle console just to the right, and then there we are. And it's a good integration actually, that works quite well. And at the back part of the seat, I have a button which can slide the seat forward. Of course, you could also use the controls in the lower part, but Yeah, this is a way where also then the rear passengers can actually get out themselves. And the thing is, however, when I am driving, I need to have the seat like this. And then it gets really close. It's more like an emergency seat here in the rear, or emergency seat bench, because it would be like this or so. And then I need to put my knees to the side, so it's not really suitable for 4 tall adults. So the rear seat's rather for children, for example, or when you're a little bit smaller, or when the driver is also not that tall. Headroom wise, it would exactly fit even if I put my spine all the way up, so that works. But again, legroom is the crucial issue. It's also not a long vehicle. However, here ISOFIX at the outside part, so you can use that then also very well for child seats. And again, this very nice and cozy fabric. Put that one down, and you have adaptive cup holders, which also hold the beverage very tight, and it really creates a nice living room atmosphere here. Yeah, with the suicide doors, it's more a show effect. I think they could have just done the normal thing. Here the middle console, by the way, is pretty far drawn back, so you can theoretically also sit in the middle seat. Yeah, but I have to fold myself in then a little bit like this. 366 liters is the trunk. It's normal for a compact hatch, and it looks also normal compact hatch-like, so a practical trunk. Of course, you lose a little bit of height because of the design. Welcome to Thomas's Driving Lounge with the Mazda MX-30 electric vehicle. And the first impression is, it could also be a Mazda 3 or Mazda CX-30, or again something in between. That's the first driving feeling, just seating position and handling the steering wheel and so on. But then immediately you feel, wait a minute, there's about 310 kilograms of weight from this battery in the lower central part of the vehicle, and that immediately creates a great driving feeling indeed. So, this is the autonomous emergency brake, which was thinking I would run into this car. Of course, I had the situation under control, but good to know the system is working. So, and the thing is, this car feels, although it's way heavier than the Mazda 3 or the CX-30, it feels more agile because the center of gravity is, so low. That's really cool. The steering, as we know from the recent Mazdas, is really very well done. So it's a good feeling. They call this like this Jin by Itai. It's a marketing slogan, but in this case, I think it's a very interesting one because they say unity of horse and rider. But what I mean is unity of driver, car, and the road. So, and this really works here. So you feel very much connected to the road, to the car. Again, a very, very good driving feeling. And we have one addition for everyone who is interested in motorway riding this vehicle. Whoa, red light. Oh, good on the brakes, actually. That's nice. Oh, by the way, interesting information before we go to the motorway. The ACC does cancel the recuperation mode. So if I've set to the strongest recuperation, then I set the adaptive cruise control. Adaptive cruise control always puts it to the D-normal mode. So then you have to, reset that again. Now getting on the motorway. And what about acceleration when we are already at speed? So here we are about 70 kilometers an hour, and we go up to 100 or 60 miles. Let's go now. Plop, that's it. That's also still quite reasonable. And here also noise isolation, 100 kilometers or 60 miles an hour is still very good. And every lane change is a lot of fun with this car indeed. Pretty cool. Now setting the cruise control to 100 kilometers an hour. And I want to get off here, so a little bit of acceleration. Next lane change. It's really cool. It almost feels a little bit racy, this car. So, really nice. So we're going to switch the motorway, and that's always a good test because then we have like this half loop, good corner to test the driving dynamics once again. And we don't have a motorway piece here where we can drive like super fast, not possible everywhere. But I can just stress again, the normal traveling speed here to about 100 kilometers or 60 miles an hour, very good noise insulation. Now, a little bit faster in the corner. Center of gravity, you feel it. Wow. I can even accelerate in the corner. Doesn't understeer whatsoever. We have front wheel drive. It's really cool. Wow. So it's also a good motorway vehicle, of course. Yeah, but I mean, long term, long range, that is the only limit with this car. Everything else, thumbs up. Hey, we found the faster autoway or motorway piece, 130 kilometers an hour, typical speed 80 miles an hour, and still noise insulation is very good. The car is very calm and stable on the road, and also here when I'm doing a lane change, that's really good. And now let's accelerate it even further out. Let's see about that. Now we are at about, it's 147 kilometers an hour. So we are about 150, and that's also then here the maximum speed of this vehicle. There's nothing more coming, and I think it's totally fine. And even here, that's that speed, about 150 kilometers an hour. So yeah, that's about 90 miles an hour. It's totally fine, very silent and very refined, and this car is really calm and stable on the road. So it shows some of the, let's say, behavior that you would expect from higher segment vehicles. But yet again, it drives still so agile, and here again, a little bit like a sports car. So this car really holds a lot of surprises. Of course, there might be some people saying like, that's not a top speed for my driving behavior. I need to drive even faster. But that's again just first of all, just a German thing. By the way, like from this fuel, like the energy consumption here like jumped all the way up now. So when you drive really, really fast, then the car is also not that efficient anymore. But it's also the same with combustion engine cars. I mean, for most markets, the speed will be more than sufficient, and even for German markets, when you have a compact vehicle, how often do you have situations to really drive like on a longer period of time faster than 150? Depends on, but most people probably won't. I think it's also okay, and they also do that limit because then at some point it doesn't make sense then, with this vehicle, and also with the not so big battery. Now we get all the driving impressions. And now to the conclusion for today with the all-new Mazda MX-30. This all-electric vehicle by Mazda. First of all, the exterior is a contemporary styling, and especially in this 3-layer red paint, one of the most impressive ones for sure. The interior is really cool, a nice design. On the one hand, it's quite simple, unless the AC buttons. At least you still have AC buttons, but then the AC touchscreen, I think they could have saved that. Other than that, easy to drive, simple to learn, and especially, both interior layouts you have, they both look quite fancy. They look high-class premium, they feel high-class premium, and they are sustainable from natural resources or from very sustainable artificial resources, in this case all animal-free, so it's a good step forward for Mazda. Just the steering wheel is not animal-free yet. Talked to the guys in Japan, they said they're also searching for a solution right there. But the materials are really top-notch. It's a premium interior. And then, of course, at this price, really great achievement. It also comes from the battery, which is not too big. Then again, for the usage of this vehicle, you don't buy this for long autobahn hauls. So you have to be aware of that. It's just one thing that you don't have the a super exceeding range, but yet again, the electric efficiency is actually quite good with this vehicle. So for the battery size, the range we could achieve, with about 250 kilometers or about 125 miles, could be a little bit higher maybe if you keep it a little bit steadier, but overall quite good as for the efficiency. And then driving wise, wow, cool driving dynamics. It feels sporty, almost racy, low center of gravity. They get it right with the steering feeling and so on. So it's a lot of fun to drive this vehicle. So the whole package is just superb. Yeah, I mean the rear, the suicide doors, not really necessary. That would be another negative point. Yet again, it's fancy when you show it off to your friends, for example. But very well to use this car also trunk-wise, for example. So overall, I think it's a very nice and modern approach. And especially when you have some more governmental benefits, it can be a very attractive price indeed. Especially considering that so much is standard equipment, which is one of the fairest policies at the moment from all manufacturers on the market. And of course, adds to safety, because one of the things they make standard equipment are the safety assistance systems. So, a lot of interesting impressions here for you today. I hope you really enjoyed it. Please leave us your comments to the new Mazda MX-30. And it didn't start too well as for the first comments, especially because of the suicide doors and the small battery. But I think after driving it here, after seeing the final version, after seeing the quality on the interior and the whole vehicle concept, and again the price-performance ratio, I think this could be one of the big newcomers on the EV market. It's not an all-new platform, they use the derivative, but you know, sometimes also compromises work. What do you think? Leave us your comments. Thanks for tuning in today. See you next time.